Never eat this fruit before bed if you're over 60, it could be poison for diabetics. Imagine this, you finish dinner, feel that craving for something sweet, and think, well, fruit is healthy, right? So, you grab a ripe, juicy mango and take that first delicious bite. The taste is amazing, but what you don't realize is that while you sleep, this fruit could be silently destroying your body. That might sound dramatic, but science is clear. If you have diabetes or are pre-diabetic, eating mango before bed could be one of the worst choices you can make. It seems harmless, it's natural, after all. But does natural always mean safe? Here's what most people don't know. This fruit spikes your blood sugar so aggressively that it can lead to dangerous glucose surges, putting you at serious risk while you sleep. And the worst part? Most people only realize the damage when it's already too late. But don't worry, you still have time to avoid this mistake. I'm about to show you exactly what happens in your body when you eat mango at night, and why, if you're over 60, this simple habit could be silently ruining your health. Most people believe that all fruits are good for you, especially mango, which is packed with vitamins and antioxidants. But here's what no one tells you. Mango has an extremely high glycemic index, which means it raises your blood sugar levels faster than most other fruits. When you eat mango before bed, your body struggles to process the sudden sugar spike. During sleep, your metabolism slows down, making it even harder for your body to regulate blood sugar properly. Instead of being used for energy, that excess sugar lingers in your bloodstream, increasing your risk of insulin resistance, nerve damage, and even heart disease. Studies show that frequent blood sugar spikes, especially at night, can lead to long-term complications like vision loss, kidney failure, and neuropathy. This is especially dangerous for people over 60, as the body's ability to process glucose naturally declines with age. And here's something even scarier. Many diabetics wake up in the morning thinking they've had a healthy night's rest, but in reality, their blood sugar may have been dangerously high for hours without them knowing. Over time, this silent damage adds up, increasing the risk of life-threatening complications. But there's good news, avoiding this one mistake can make a huge difference in your health. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly what you can do to keep your blood sugar stable, without giving up the sweet flavors you love. Think about this, every night, millions of diabetics go to bed feeling safe, unaware that their blood sugar is silently rising to dangerous levels. They wake up feeling tired, sluggish, or even dizzy, but they brush it off as just getting older. The truth? Their bodies are slowly paying the price for a mistake they don't even realize they're making. Let me tell you about Robert, a 64-year-old retired teacher. Robert had always been careful about his health, following what he thought was a balanced diet. Every night, after dinner, he would eat a bowl of mango slices as a healthy dessert. It was his little treat, something he believed was good for his body. But what he didn't know was that this simple habit was setting him up for a disaster. One morning, Robert woke up feeling lightheaded and weak. His vision was slightly blurry, and his heart was racing. At first, he thought it was just dehydration, so he drank some water and ignored it. But as the weeks passed, the symptoms got worse. His doctor ran some tests, and the results were shocking. His blood sugar levels were spiking dangerously high overnight, putting him at risk of severe complications. His healthy habit had actually been harming him all along. Robert's story isn't unique. Many people unknowingly sabotage their health with the foods they think are good for them. Mango, despite being a natural fruit, is packed with sugar, more than most people realize. Eating it at night is like pouring gasoline on a fire, fueling blood sugar spikes that can lead to serious complications like nerve damage, kidney failure, or even strokes. The worst part? Most diabetics don't feel the damage happening until it's too late. But there's a way to take back control. The key is knowing which foods to avoid, which ones to embrace, and how to make smarter choices that actually help your body rather than harm it. In just a moment, I'll show you exactly what happens inside your body when you eat mango before bed, and why this one simple change could be the difference between managing your diabetes successfully and letting it spiral out of control. Most people think of sugar as something obvious: candy, soda, desserts. But what they don't realize is that some healthy foods can cause just as much damage, if not more, than processed sugar. Mango is one of them. It's sweet, delicious, and loaded with vitamins, but it's also packed with a dangerous amount of natural sugar that can wreak havoc on your blood sugar levels, especially at night. To understand why, let's break it down scientifically. Mango has a glycemic index, GI, of around 60, which is considered moderate to high. The glycemic index measures how quickly a food raises your blood sugar. The higher the GI, the faster your glucose levels spike. Now, compare that to something like dark chocolate, which has a much lower GI and doesn't cause such extreme blood sugar fluctuations. When you eat mango, your body rapidly converts its sugars into glucose, flooding your bloodstream and forcing your pancreas to release large amounts of insulin to compensate. But here's the real problem: at night, your metabolism slows down. Your body isn't burning as much energy while you sleep, which means that excess glucose lingers in your bloodstream for hours. This can lead to something called nocturnal hyperglycemia, a dangerous condition where blood sugar remains high throughout the night. Over time, this puts extra stress on your organs, increases inflammation, and raises the risk of complications like heart disease, nerve damage, and even diabetic comas. And if that wasn't bad enough, there's another hidden danger: the rebound effect of high blood sugar. When your blood sugar spikes too high at night, your body sometimes overcompensates by releasing too much insulin. This can cause your blood sugar to drop suddenly by morning, leaving you feeling shaky, weak, and exhausted, even if you got a full night's sleep. Many diabetics wake up feeling drained and have no idea that their body has been battling extreme blood sugar swings all night long. So, what can you do about it? Avoiding mango at night is the first step, but it's not just about eliminating the wrong foods, it's also about knowing which foods will help keep your blood sugar stable. In the next section, I'll reveal why eating mango before bed is even more dangerous for people over 60, and what smarter choices you can make instead. Picture yourself 5 years from now. You wake up one morning, and something feels off. Your feet are tingling, almost numb. Your vision is blurrier than usual. You try to brush it off, thinking it's just part of getting older. But deep down, you know something isn't right. What if I told you that a small habit, something as innocent as eating mango before bed, could be pushing you closer to this reality every single night? This is exactly what happened to Margaret, a 67-year-old grandmother who had always considered herself healthy. She stayed active, ate plenty of fruits, and never thought twice about having a few slices of mango before bed. It was her little indulgence, a sweet and refreshing way to end the day. But what she didn't realize was that this one habit was slowly destroying her body from the inside out. At first, it was just fatigue. She would wake up feeling drained, even after 8 hours of sleep. Then came the dizziness and headaches. Eventually, she started noticing that small cuts on her feet weren't healing like they used to. One night, she woke up drenched in sweat, her heart racing. Her blood sugar had spiked so high that her body was struggling to keep up. By the time she finally saw a doctor, she had developed severe diabetic neuropathy, nerve damage that left her with chronic pain and numbness in her legs. Margaret had no idea that something as healthy as mango was contributing to her condition. She thought she was making a smart choice, choosing fruit over processed desserts. But the truth is, mango is loaded with sugar, more than many desserts. A single cup of mango contains over 45 grams of carbohydrates, most of which come from sugar. And because she was eating it at night, when her body was least able to handle the sugar spike, it was setting her up for disaster. Now, Margaret has to check her blood sugar constantly. She has to take medications she never needed before. The worst part? She regrets not making a change sooner. "If I had known this years ago," she says, "I could have saved myself so much pain." But here's the thing, you don't have to end up like Margaret. You still have a chance to make the right choice today. And in the next section, I'll reveal exactly why mango is even more dangerous when eaten at night, and the times when it does the most damage to your body. If you have diabetes or struggle with blood sugar control, there are certain times of the day when eating mango is even more dangerous. You might think that as long as you're eating fruit, you're making a healthy choice, but when you eat it matters just as much as what you eat. And if you're over 60, eating mango at the wrong time can have serious long-term consequences. The worst time to eat mango is right before bed. At night, your body is in a resting state, which means your metabolism slows down, and your cells become less sensitive to insulin. This means that instead of efficiently processing the sugar from the mango, your body allows it to stay in your bloodstream longer, leading to prolonged high blood sugar levels throughout the night. This can cause a condition called nocturnal hyperglycemia, which not only damages your organs over time but also increases your risk of experiencing dangerous blood sugar crashes in the morning. Another terrible time to eat mango is on an empty stomach. Many people wake up and reach for fruit as a quick and easy breakfast, thinking it's the healthiest way to start their day. But mango, being extremely high in natural sugars, floods your system immediately, leading to a rapid blood sugar spike. Since there's no fiber, protein, or healthy fat to slow down the absorption of sugar, this sudden spike forces your body to release a large amount of insulin, which can lead to a rapid drop in blood sugar later, leaving you feeling fatigued, shaky, and hungry again within hours. Eating mango right after a high-carb meal is another major mistake. Many people assume that because they're already eating carbs, adding fruit won't make much of a difference. But combining mango with other carbohydrate-rich foods, like rice, bread, or pasta, creates a blood sugar overload, forcing your pancreas to work even harder and putting extra strain on your insulin response. Over time, this can contribute to insulin resistance and make it even harder for your body to regulate glucose properly. But the most dangerous mistake? Eating mango when your blood sugar is already high. If your levels are elevated, whether from a previous meal or due to stress, adding more sugar into your system can push you into dangerous territory. Many diabetics don't realize that consistently high blood sugar can lead to complications like nerve damage, kidney failure, and vision loss, until it's too late. So, what should you do instead? There are much better alternatives that won't spike your blood sugar or put your health at risk. In the next section, I'll reveal the third emotional anchor, the illusion of healthy eating, and how so many people are unknowingly damaging their health by trusting the wrong foods. For years, we've been told that fruit is always a healthy choice. Doctors, nutritionists, and even diabetes associations have repeated the same message: eat more fruit. It's natural, so it's good for you. But what if I told you that this advice has been misleading millions of people, especially diabetics, into making dangerous food choices that could cost them their health? Meet Susan, a 62-year-old woman who was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 5 years ago. Determined to improve her health naturally, she followed all the standard advice. She cut out soda, processed sugar, and junk food, replacing them with what she believed were healthy alternatives, like fresh fruit. Every morning, she would make a fruit smoothie with mango, thinking she was making a smart, nutritious choice. At first, Susan felt great. She had more energy, she was eating clean, and she believed she was finally taking control of her diabetes. But then, something strange started happening. Her blood sugar levels weren't improving. In fact, they were getting worse. She couldn't understand why. After all, she wasn't eating candy or drinking soda, just fresh, natural fruit. What Susan didn't realize was that her daily mango smoothies contained just as much sugar as a can of Coke. The high glycemic load of mango was spiking her blood sugar every morning, forcing her body into a cycle of insulin overload and energy crashes. The healthy choice she was making was actually pushing her diabetes in the wrong direction. And Susan isn't alone. So many people fall into this trap, trusting that just because something is natural, it must be safe. But the truth is, for diabetics, certain fruits can be just as harmful as processed sugar, and mango is one of the worst offenders. The illusion of eating healthy is what keeps people stuck, unknowingly sabotaging their progress. But the good news is, once you learn the truth, you can make better choices that actually support your health. In the next section, I'll show you exactly what you should be eating instead, so you can still enjoy delicious foods while keeping your blood sugar under control. If mango is so dangerous for diabetics, does that mean you have to give up sweet flavors forever? Not at all. The key isn't just avoiding the wrong foods, it's knowing how to replace them with better options that won't send your blood sugar through the roof. The good news? There are plenty of delicious, satisfying alternatives that won't put your health at risk. The first step is choosing low glycemic fruits that won't cause massive sugar spikes. Unlike mango, which is packed with natural sugar, fruits like berries, cherries, and green apples have a much lower impact on blood sugar. They provide vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants, without the dangerous glucose overload. A handful of blueberries, for example, offers natural sweetness but also contains fiber that helps slow down sugar absorption, keeping your levels more stable. Another powerful strategy: pair your fruit with protein or healthy fats. Instead of eating fruit on its own, especially in the evening, combine it with foods that help balance your blood sugar. For example, a few slices of green apple with almond butter, or a bowl of Greek yogurt with chia seeds and a few berries, can be a much safer choice than a bowl of mango slices. The protein and healthy fats slow down digestion, preventing sugar spikes and helping you feel full longer. Timing also matters. If you do eat fruit, the best time is during the day, when your body is more active and better able to process glucose. The worst time, as we've discussed, is at night when your metabolism slows down. By making small adjustments in your timing, you can dramatically reduce your risk of overnight blood sugar spikes. And here's something most people don't realize: certain spices and nutrients can actually help regulate blood sugar and improve insulin sensitivity. Adding cinnamon, turmeric, or apple cider vinegar to your meals can naturally support blood sugar control, making it easier for your body to handle the carbohydrates you do eat. Small tweaks like these can have a massive impact over time. The truth is, managing diabetes doesn't mean you have to suffer or deprive yourself. You just need the right strategies, the right foods, and a plan that actually works for your body, not against it. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how you can take full control of your health and avoid the same mistakes that have cost so many people their well-being. Right now, you have a choice. You can continue eating the same foods, following the same habits, and hoping things will get better on their own, or you can take action today and start making the right decisions for your health. The difference between thriving and suffering often comes down to one thing: knowledge. And now that you know the truth about mango and its hidden dangers, you're already ahead of most people. Think about how much damage can be avoided just by making small, smarter choices. No more waking up feeling exhausted. No more dangerous blood sugar spikes in the middle of the night. No more silent damage creeping up on you until it's too late. Instead, imagine waking up every morning with stable blood sugar, steady energy, and the confidence that you're in control of your health. The problem is, most people never learn this information. They continue making the same mistakes over and over again, just like Robert, just like Susan, just like Margaret, until one day, their bodies can't take it anymore. That's when the doctor delivers the bad news: nerve damage, vision loss, kidney failure. By then, reversing the damage is almost impossible. But here's the good news: you don't have to go down that path. You have the power to make a different choice, starting right now. The foods you eat, the habits you build, the knowledge you apply, they all determine what your future will look like. Will you be like the millions of diabetics struggling with complications? Or will you be one of the few who take control and avoid the pain and suffering that so many others go through? The decision is yours. And to make it even easier for you, I've put together a simple, step-by-step guide that will show you exactly how to take back control of your diabetes, stabilize your blood sugar, and start feeling better than you have in years. In the final section, I'll tell you exactly where you can get it. Now that you know the truth, the question is, what will you do with this information? You've just learned how something as simple as eating mango at the wrong time can silently damage your body, spike your blood sugar, and increase your risk of serious complications. You've seen how people just like you have suffered because they didn't know any better. But now, you have the knowledge to make a different choice. Imagine what it would feel like to finally wake up feeling energized, clear-headed, and in full control of your diabetes. No more fear of unexpected blood sugar spikes. No more frustration, confusion, or worrying about what foods are secretly harming you. Just real, lasting results, and the freedom to enjoy life without constantly battling your health. But here's the truth, knowledge alone isn't enough. You need a plan. You need a roadmap that shows you exactly what to do, what to eat, what to avoid, and how to structure your meals to keep your blood sugar stable without feeling deprived. That's exactly why we created Diabetes Under Control, Self-Care Strategies for a Better Life. Inside this guide, you'll discover heavy checkmark the worst foods for diabetics, and how to replace them with safer, delicious alternatives. Heavy checkmark the best ways to control blood sugar naturally, without relying on expensive medications. Heavy checkmark the secret timing tricks that can help you enjoy certain foods without dangerous glucose spikes. Heavy checkmark and much more. The best part? You can get instant access to it right now. Just click the link in the first pinned comment below and start making the right choices for your health today. You have two options right now. You can ignore this, keep doing what you've been doing, and hope things get better on their own. Or you can take control, arm yourself with the right knowledge, and finally start living the healthier, more vibrant life you deserve. The choice is yours. Click the link in the first comment now and take the first step toward a better, healthier future.